Alright everybody, so today we're going to be processing up a little bit of wild pork. My boss from work has a hunting lease that is not far from here, so he and his hunting buddies shot a few wild pigs and we went and picked them up and brought them home. They've already been skinned and kind of quartered up. I wasn't going to show you the skinning and the gutting and all that. It was late at night when we was doing it, so I wasn't really worried about videoing it anyway. We were just trying to get them cut up and put in the ice chest so we could get them processed on here a couple of days later. But let's start this off right. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If this is your first time seeing one of our videos, we got several other videos up covering various things around here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like these videos, leave us some comments on the videos, and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified when we upload a video. So we're going to get into this pork cleaning. Now, I am not a professional butcher by far, so this is just me cutting it up the way that we're going to eat it into big chunks for roast and loins. And I was going to use the bellies to make some bacon out of, but being that they're not heritage pigs, they don't really have a thick layer on their belly. It was like super thin, so it wouldn't have made good bacon, so we kind of scrapped all that. But we got some leaf lard in there from around their intestines. They have a big layer of fat in there, lard. When you cook it down, it makes really good pig lard for cooking with, so we'll have some of that left over. And we got some loins, and I think we kept a couple of the ribs. We didn't keep a whole lot of them. We're not real big rib eaters, so either way, before I bore y'all to death talking, let's go ahead and get into this pig cleaning. So what we're going to do is a lot of them are we're just going to keep them whole. As far as the like the hams, the back part, the back leg quarters of the pig, we're really just going to trim them up a little bit and clean them up. It's not going to be a whole lot to process in them. It's going to be a lot of little scrap pieces of meat left over, and what we're going to do is we're just going to pile that all up, and then we're going to grind that up and make some sausage out of it and put it in our little smokehouse. So let's get into this mess right here. Now, as you can see, let's walk you over here. We have an ice chest full, and it's a 60-quart ice chest. It's not a small ice chest, so it's all right. That should be good enough, I reckon. Maybe move you in a little bit closer. That way, maybe you can see what's going on a little bit better. Alright, so we're just going to get into this. We're just going to pile it up there at the end of the table with what we're going to keep. We're going to make a big pile right over here of our trimming pieces. So just whatever. Alright, I got a little bit of hair on there. There again, I'm not a professional. Got some ice on there too because it's really cold. In case you didn't know, when you're cleaning a pig, if you cut the hair and it gets on the meat or the fat, that is like glue for that hair. So I mean, it sticks in there and just it sticks to everything. If it touches it, it's stuck. So we're gonna get all that kind of mess cleaned off there. Which we got a water spigot outside that will once we kind of get it all piled up there and we get ready to take it inside and vacuum seal it or wrap it or whatever we're gonna do with it. We're gonna wash it off real good, make sure we get all the hair and everything off. Right now I'm just kind of getting the bulk of it off. So, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of trim this up a little bit. See, I got good pieces like this that's covered in hair. That it ain't big enough to really to cook by itself, so we'll just grind that up and make sausage out of that. My God, I done a whole job on this. We got hair everywhere. It'll be all right though. We'll get this outer layer of fat off, so it'll take most of that with it. So, I don't know if you've seen him on the video yet, but I got my youngest son in here with me. He's helping me out, shooting some videos and helping me with getting the meat out the ice chest and whatnot, you know. So it's nice having big kids around that can help with this kind of stuff. Makes it a lot easier on me. Kind of got away from him a little bit there. There we go. Now I ain't taking all that fat off there because, you know, fat's where the flavor's at. So I'm just taking that outer layer is kind of real soft and slimy. It ain't what you would really consider edible. It don't cook down and make like lard or anything. It's just kind of gross and disgusting. But I am going to take his bone right here out of this one, get it cut back to that joint right here. Well, guess I ain't got it cut back enough yet. And I'm going to take that I know. Right in yonder. There's a ball joint. That should come apart. But it ain't wanting to. Right there. There it goes. Okay. Now, all this little meat that's left on here like this can be trimmed off, go in that trimming pile. We try not to let a whole lot of it go to waste. We try to scavenge as much of it off of it as we can. And the rest goes to the coyotes and whatnot. And that's really going to wrap it up for this one right here. Like I said, we're not professional butchers by far, but I do have an uncle that's a professional butcher though, and he does a mighty fine job. He runs a, wrong file. he has a deer processing and hog processing place. And son, he stays, this time of the year, he stays booked up on that stuff, son. I see him post on Facebook where he just has to stop taking pigs, stop taking deer for a little bit just to get caught up because the cooler's slam full. So, I mean, he does pretty good. But, there again, I'm not a professional. I'm just doing what I can with what I got. That's a little tenderloin. We can clean it up and get this silver skin stuff off the back. If you don't know about cleaning an animal, they have this on this loin. They have this little layer, this fat kind of tendony stuff that's called silver skin, and it is inedible. You can't chew it up. It don't cook down. It's pretty rough on the digestive system, so that really needs to be taken out of there. And that's what that is right there, silver skin. Nasty. Well, there we go. Get in underneath it. Now I'm sure there'll be people out there that's gonna comment about how bad of a job I did or something. I'm almost certain of it. One of them will probably be my uncle, but I don't claim to be a professional at all. So that's it. One cleaned up tenderloin. Got one more little piece of silver skin right there. And we normally cut them in half just because we cook them in a little crock pot or an Instapot or something like that. But I think I'm gonna leave this one whole. Alright, so this is the front leg. Now the front leg and the back leg ain't a whole lot of difference in between them as far as one of them's a lot more meatier. The back leg is where you get your like picnic hams and stuff like that from. It's a lot more meatier. Front one, I really don't remember the actual name for a lot of the cuts, where they come from. I know what the cuts are. I just don't know where a lot of them actually come from off of the pig. But I'm sure there's several people out there that do know. I'm just not one of those people. I'll try to get this old slimy fat layer off there. Like so. The front leg ain't got near as much of that back leg. So that way, that's where it got shot at. Cut that bloodshot area out of there. That's where it got shot at. So that old meat and fat just turns to gelatin where they get shot. think, should I break that in half at that joint? And maybe just thinking about maybe splitting it at the joint, keeping this as a roast, and take this, salt cure it, put it in the smokehouse, make ham hocks out of it. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's see here. Well, that's what we're gonna do then. All right. So this, we're going to take and salt cure that for about 2 weeks probably. And then I'm going to hang it up in the smokehouse and we'll make like ham hocks out of it for beans and peas and whatnot. And that can just be a roast, just like that. Okay, so we're not going to set you through all of this. It's going to be a long process. We're going to be in here for a couple of hours probably doing this. It's a lot of pig in there, so it's going to take a little while. We ain't going to make y'all sit here and go through every bit of this with us. I just wanted to give y'all a little rundown of what we got going on today. So we'll update you when we get done, kind of give you a total-ish of about how much meat we got and what all we got left after it's all laid out. So we'll be back with you in a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to walk y'all a little bit through what we got so far. We got, that's just a pile of meat that's going to be ground up. That's a pile of the fat I was talking about that we'll render down and make lard out of. Excuse me. We got a couple of big picnic hams that we're going to do. Shank in, bone in, whatever. We got some loins, tenderloins, regular loins, and some roast. Various different roasts. And these are the front leg bones. We left some meat on there right here. We're going to salt cure those and we're going to put them in the smokehouse when we put these two big hams in there and see how she goes. Okay guys, well that is going to wrap it up for this video. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not a professional butcher. I was just kind of showing y'all a little bit of what we do. Like I said in the beginning also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like these videos, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. We looks like we ended up with a couple of 100 pounds of meat, probably a little over 200. So that's going to be pretty good. We finna get it packaged up and put inside. I'm not going to show y'all any of that. We're just going to the fat we're just going to put in a bag and freeze for now. I'll add it in with some more. We plan on getting some more pigs and raising them. We'll have the leaf lard off of that. We ain't really got enough to really justify doing it right now, so we're gonna wait till we got a little bit more, and whenever we get ready to do that, I'll take you guys along with that and show you how we render the fat down and everything. But until the next one.